Chapter 4 The Rajput Age Part 1. Welcome back, children. Today we are going to start a new chapter in essays. Chapter 4 The Rajput Age. It is from the genre of history. Okay, so let's start the chapter. The entire chapter is divided into two parts, the northern Indian dynasties and the southern Indian dynasties. So let's understand with the word the Rajput age, the pride of Rajput rulers. To whom do we call the Rajput people? Now, Rajput people belonging to the clan is a group of people who belong to the clan of a warrior group. Okay, they are called as Kshatriyas. Okay, they protect. In olden times, these Kshatriyas were having the task of protecting the society and ruling the society and guiding and maintaining the administration in the society. So these Rajputs were they will be found, they were having the heart of lion and tiger, very brave in nature. They respect their land a lot. They fight for their country, and you would see that in army we would have this Rajput battalion, entire Rajputana battalion, which is very famous for its bravery. So it has come from these traits only. They never used to fear, and they always stand for the truth and they fight for the truth. Okay, these are the special traits, special characteristics of the Rajput people and of those times of Rajput rulers. Now these not only the men were like this, but women were also very brave in nature. Rajput women, which we used to call Rajputani, were known for their chastity and fearlessness. That means they were very brave in nature. These women were very strong in character. These women were loyal to their husbands, and they were very strong in their character. Chastity means strongness in the character. They used to love their husband a lot, and they would always be theirs only. They sent their husband, son, and brothers to the battlefield with a smiling face. They were so brave that if needed, they would fight on the battlefield. These women were so well prepared in terms of protecting themselves, in terms of protecting their own land. I'll give you a small example. If you people have seen this movie of Jodha Akbar, in that you would have seen Jodha, the character is been played by Aishwarya Rai Bachchan. She is being seen fighting equivalent to her brother. Okay, so she was a Rajputani. She was a Rajput woman. Okay, now if you will see this, if you have seen, I am giving you the examples of movie. Why? Because we relate and we see movies very carefully. So don't take me in a different way. I'll give you an example of the recent movie that. Padmavat or Padmavati, we called it. So in that, this Deepika Padukone has played a role of Rajput women. She was also a Rajputani, and she was seen to be so brave in nature. Okay. Third point, they preferred Johar to burn alive if their husbands were defeated or attended martyrdom in war. Martyrdom means what? Uh, Shahadat. That means that they have died taking care of their country. They have died. Virgati Pana is known as martyrdom. Okay, the heroic stories of Rajput age are engraved in the golden letters in the history of India. Engraved means what? Carved, written in the history of India. Rajputs were very brave and they have protected the country. An entire clan is been said to be very brave in nature. So this was a characteristics, the trait how these Rajput people are. Now we'll move ahead and try and understand how this entire Rajput age has turned up in the history. Turned up in the history. After the death of Emperor Harshavardhana, many feudal chieftains and landlords declared themselves to be independent and found new dynasties. Now, children, over here there are two important words that are coming. The first is the feudal chieftains and the second is the dynasties. Now we'll understand this word first. Dynasties means what? A series of rulers from the same family, to be called as vansh, राजवंश. एक ही परिवार से किंग और क्वीन बनने वाले श्रेणी. ओके, entire people coming from the same family, which we called Rajvansh or we called Vansh. A series of rulers who come from the same family is known as dynasties. Okay, and feudal chieftains means what? What do we mean by word feudal chieftains? A leader of a people or a clan. But this understanding of feudal chieftain is very layman, is very common. A leader of the people or of a particular clan. Clan means what? Group. Okay. Now we have to understand the word feudalism first to understand this word feudal chieftain. Now what do we mean by word feudalism? Feudalism was a way of structuring the society around the relationship that derived from holding of land in exchange for service or labor. Now this means what? Feudalism was a way of structuring the society and administrating and management of the society. Now how this entire feudalism came into existence? I'll give you an example. A king used to have a vast empire, a huge empire which was divided into different parts. A person who used to collect, now this king used to have a huge land which he cannot manage on his own. So he used to appoint a specific people to take care of the land, and exchange of that these specific people used to give him tax or revenue. Okay, now these specific people to whom king used to appoint, these specific people are known as feudal lords or feudal chieftains. Now under these feudal lords, a peasants used to work, a service class people used to work. Okay, and these peasants were also known as a landlords or a feudal lords. Now these feudal lords used to collect revenue of that province or area, was known as a feudal lords. What these feudal lords used to do? They used to collect revenue or tax. Now they used to collect revenue or the tax in a form of coins or in a form of agriculture product. These landlords or feudal lords used to give away some revenue to the king, and rest they used to keep with themselves and maintain the army. Now what these feudal lords used to do? These feudal lords used to give away some taxes and revenue collected by them to the king, and some they used to keep with themselves, and they used to maintain army also. Whenever king needed the army, they used to send it in his service. With the passage of time, these landlords or feudal lords became powerful, and feudalism came into existence, and many dynasties also came into existence. Now what happened with the passage of time? These feudal lords become very powerful, and then the king also. So when they become very powerful in then the king, in terms of money that they used to hold, they they claimed themselves, they turned themselves into an independent hierarchy and founded new dynasties, and this is how the entire feudalism came into the existence. Feudalism means this is a chain that the king used to give away the land to take care to the certain people. These certain people were known as feudal lords or the landlords. In exchange of that land, they used to give away the money and the taxes in terms of coins or in terms of agriculture product. And then when these specific feudal lords become very powerful other than the king, then they formed the entire new dynasties, new वंश राजवंश then उन्होंने form कर लिया. So this entire process and entire change is known as feudalism. Now I have already explained you the meaning of dynasty. Series of rulers come from the same family. Okay, let's move ahead. The kingdom of early medieval period are divided into two parts. Now we are going to understand this entire Rajput age which has developed in the early medieval period, and it is, I have told you that it has been divided into two parts, northern India and the southern India. So there were dynasties that ruled in the northern part of the India. There were dynasties, Rajvansh, that used to rule in the southern part of India. In northern part of India, we are going to see 7 dynasties: Pratihara dynasty, Parmar dynasty, Pala and Singh dynasty, Chauhan dynasty, Gohil dynasty, Chedi dynasty, and Chavdas dynasty. Okay, and in southern India, we are going to see Pallava dynasty, Chola dynasty, Rashtrakutas dynasty, Pandya dynasty, and Chera dynasty. Let's see ahead. Don't get scared that so many dynasties to remember and so much of data to remember. It's not that difficult to remember. So first in northern India we'll see Pratihara dynasty. Now children, you have to understand this entire data in form of story. If you will understand it in the form of story, what will happen, you will remember this and you will not have the burden of learning it. Okay, I will tell you the trick of how we will doing it. Okay, when we will read about the Pratihara dynasty, I will translate this entire conversation in Hindi. Okay, so that it becomes a story form for you. In northern India, the first dynasty that we'll see is the Pratihara dynasty. Pratihara dynasty established its rule in Kannauj. They protected India from Arab invasion. Mihir Bhoj was also known as Bhoj, was the most important powerful ruler of this dynasty. He fought many battles with the Rashtrakutas during his reign. Now what introduction we have about the Pratihara dynasty? First, प्रतिहारा डायनेस्टी कहाँ एस्टेब्लिश हुई थी, कहाँ खड़ी हुई थी, तो वो दे यूज टू रूल इन कनौज. सेकेंड इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग, प्रतिहारा डायनेस्टी ने इंडिया को अरब इन्वेंशन से बचाया था. इन्वेंशन क्या, अरब लोग हम पे कंट्रोल ना करने लगे या अपनी ज़मीन जीत ना ले, तो ऐसे इन्वेंशन से बचाया था. मिहिर भोज को एज अ भोज भी जाना जाता था. ओके, वॉज अ मोस्ट पावरफुल रूलर ऑफ दैट डायनेस्टी. और जो मिहिर भोज, जिनको सिर्फ भोज के नाम से भी जाना जाता था, वो उस डायनेस्टी के बहुत पावरफुल रूलर थे. एंड उन्होंने बहुत सारी बैटल्स फाइट की उनके रिजीन में, जब तक वो थे तब तक. किसके साथ, तो राष्ट्रकूटास के साथ. सो देयर आर 3 to 4 पॉइंट्स दैट नीड टू बी रिमेंबर्ड इन प्रतिहारा डायनेस्टी. फर्स्ट, दिस प्रतिहारा डायनेस्टी वॉज एस्टैब्लिश्ड its rule where in Kannauj. So Kannauj was their place from where they have established their dynasty. Second, they have protected India from the invention of Arabs. Third, the most powerful king of this dynasty was Mihir Bhoj, which was known as Bhoj also, and he fought many battles against Rashtrakuta during his reign. Reign means what, tenure. जितने साल तक वो राजा थे उसको रिजीन बोलते, उसको टेन्योर बोलते. तो प्रतिहारा में सिर्फ 4 पॉइंट्स याद रखने, राइट. दिस इज अ टेक्निक थ्रू विच यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड दिस एंटायर चैप्टर. एक्सक्यूज मी. ओके, नाउ वील मूव अहेड टू द परमार डायनेस्टी. परमार डायनेस्टी रूल्ड ओवर मालवा, उज्जैन एंड धार नगरी. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंड, लाइक Pratihara dynasty, Parmar dynasty ruled where they ruled over Malwa region. Okay, now Ujjain and Dhar Nagari, these are the two main cities of Malwa. Dhar Nagari is known as the Dhar district of Madhya Pradesh. Right now it is known as the Dhar district of Madhya Pradesh at present. Okay, King Munj and King Bhoj of Parmar dynasty were not good rulers but also a good poet. So they are saying King Munj and King Bhoj, they were not only a good rulers but they were also a very good poets. King Bhoj made Dhar Nagari the center of study and established a university for the study of Sanskrit literature. So what these two kings has done, as they had a lot of love towards the literature, they have established this Dhar Nagari into an educational hub institution, okay, and they have started a university where the study of Sanskrit literature would take place. Parmar fought many battles with the Chalukyas of south. After the death of King Bhoj, Malwa got weakened. So now what happened, that they had fought many fights with whom? So the Chalukyas of the south, and after the death of King Bhoj, Malwa got weakened. So like in Parmar dynasty, how many points that we need to remember? Parmar dynasty ruled over Malwa. Then Ujjain and Dhar are the two important cities of Malwa. Dhar is the now a district of Madhya Pradesh in present time. King Munj and King Bhoj, they were not only a good rulers but they were poets also. They have converted the entire Dhar Nagari as a center for studies and established university where people used to learn Sanskrit literature. Sixth point, they fought many fights with Chalukyas of the south, and after the death of King Bhoj, Malwa got weakened. Okay, let's move ahead. Third, the rulers of Pala dynasty and Sen dynasty ruled in Bihar and Bengal. The rulers of Pala dynasty added Pala to their name, so their dynasty was known as Pala dynasty. Now this is very simple. So Pala dynasty and Sen dynasty, they ruled in Bihar and Bengal, and they added the name Pala to their name, and so their dynasty was known as a Pala dynasty. Now in textbook they are saying that you have to find out with your teacher the more facts about these two dynasties. So I request you to go on internet and search about Pala and Sen dynasty. We will be discussing about them in our interactive session. Okay.